So I went to Everfree Northwest and I learned quite a few things. First and foremost, I would just like to lay out my gratitude to all of you. I'll elaborate on this in a bit, but you guys are genuinely making a man's dreams come true. Secondly, I'm now going through a genuine existential crisis, so send help. Now, first things first, I wasn't initially even gonna go to the con, but then I saw this tweet and saw that Rebecca Shoicha was gonna be there, and I'm like, okay, great, now I have to go because I have like, I don't know, like 400 things for her to sign, right? Plus, I needed my existence validated. So huge shout out to my bud Griff for driving me to the con since I refused to get a driver's license. But before we get to all of that, the stuff leading up to the con was already a little disastrous. So for context, this was my second con, the first being Vancouver earlier this year. And because cons are an opportunity to network with other pony people in real life, I knew I should make some business cards. Yet I had no idea how to actually get them professionally printed, so I just made a dozen of these by hand. It was very tedious and I gave them out. This time around, I knew that I should have planned ahead, so I ordered 100 same-day cards at my local Staples. Staples essentially said, okay, we'll have these done by 6 p.m., but don't bother coming to the store until you get a follow-up order is ready for pickup email. So I waited and waited and waited, but received no follow-up email. So like after 4 days of waiting, I gave the Staples a call. I said, yo, I placed a same-day order 4 days ago. I don't know about you, but I don't think 4 days ago is same day to me. What's got you taking your sweet time? And the woman on the phone was all like, it's been ready 4 days ago. We just don't send email sometimes. What are you talking about? Anyways, I got them, thankfully. But then the thing is that my dad saw these, and he asked, oh, did it cost extra to get it printed in color? Then I realized, yeah, the whole black and white thing is my brand, and there's no color on it on purpose, but do these actually look cheap since there's no colors on them? Like, on one hand, it's my brand, it's my character, and I'm happy with it having no color, but on the other, I might as well take advantage of the fact that there exists colors, right? I don't know. Please comment your thoughts on this. I'm very conflicted and I see both sides of the argument. But anyways, what actually happened at the con? What kind of stuff did I see and experience? Well, this is the schedule of the con. Notice all sorts of fun events and activities and stuff. Guess how many I was actually able to attend? 2. Most of that is thanks to how I was only there for 1 out of the 3 days. But honestly, I feel like I got the full con experience anyways. One of them was this open room where you went around the room to talk to random people, and the other was a panel of the VIP guests reading a comic, which, interestingly, these official events, as amazing as they were actually kind of the dullest parts of the con overall. Not saying they were bad at all, since they weren't, but I think that I personally just had the most fun when I was wandering around and making new friends. That and the vendor hall. The vendor hall was awesome. The entire place was just full of really creative and artistic people, which is also where a friend I made bought me this scarf. Thanks, Kenny. But also, I didn't get any pictures of this, but it was kind of interesting how there was a vendor selling Sunset Shimmer car air fresheners. Yeah, nice try, government, but I'm not learning how to drive. There was also this other vendor selling Sunset Shimmer scented soap. Tough luck, CIA. No, I will not give in to the conspiracy to get me to shower. No, sorry. Another big highlight was how there were fans of mine who were all nervous and were like, that's F minus, to their friends. And I had people come up to me asking for pictures. That stroked my ego quite a bit and multiplied it by like, I don't know, a couple hundred. If any of you who asked me for a photo happen to be watching this, thank you. That was really fun. Also, like I said, I gave away a bunch of ponies from my collection along with my business cards. It was really fun going up to like random people and being all like, hey, do you want a free pony? And when they say yes, I just give them one. And I'd pull one of these out and be all like, want the finest? Watch F minus. You get a pinky pie. Don't worry, have want the finest? Watch F minus. I also met fellow Wildmanes tuber, Pinky303, who is absolutely mogging me in this picture. So there's that if you guys want to make fun of me for being so short. Which, no, I'm not short. I'm 6'5". Pinky303 just so happens to somehow be taller than me. That's the story I'm going with. Whatever, it was a good time. This was all nice. What also was nice is how I received some gifts from you guys in return. Like this artwork. And this dog tag. I initially thought this was some random thing from the vendor hall, but no, this is like official 2015 Hasbro stuff, so oh my, thank you. Now, I have forgotten the names of who gave me what, so I'm sorry, yell at me down in the comments or DM me on socials and I will make it right. Please forgive me, this was my first experience at something like this. I didn't know what to look out for. Like, the next time I get gifts, I'll see to it that I take notes of all your names so I can give a proper thanks in my videos. But still, enough about me stroking my own ego. Let us get to the whole F- meets Rebecca Shoichet arc. Now, firstly, my friends at the con were telling me, bro, we were waiting for Rebecca Shoichet in line for 2 hours yesterday. We ended up getting kicked out because time was up. So I knew from hearing this that we needed to camp out there at least an hour earlier. I wasn't about to take any chances. Essentially, the signing was from 2:30 to 5, and the way that the line was lined up was like, there was the line to get into the actual line, and the signing booths at the end of the actual line. If you're one of the unlucky individuals to be stuck in this line before the true line by 5, you get kicked out. However, if you make it into the promised land before 5, you're home free. Now, like I said, I was damn near the front of the line, but there were also people with fast passes, which effectively made me be in the middle of the line. The worst part is that when the fast pass people cleared up, and us peasants in the pre-line looked like we actually had a chance to get in, new piles of fast pass people would start showing up. I swear they were trolling. So basically, most of my day there was literally just waiting in line for Goddess Shoichat's signature instead of going to any other panels. Guess how long I had to wait? Good thing you don't have to guess, since I actually recorded portions of my wait experience.
Progress update. This is my hour 2 standing in line so I can meet my girlfriend's voice actor. I mean, the line is stretching all the way back there and all the way in front. So, you know, I might... At least I'm not one of the ones back there, right? Because if so, that would be awful. $98 buckets of oats on the wall. 98 buckets of oats.
Take one down, pass it around. 97 buckets of oats on the wall.
99 cents. This line is actually making me lose my mind. All right, hour like 3 of waiting in the same line. Progress has not been made whatsoever. Send help. I got so hot and I'm starting to sweat that I ditched my hat. I'm actually gonna die. I don't know, man. I've been waiting here for like hours. My legs gave up. I can't do this anymore. I can't stand up. I'm running out of caffeine. I hope this is worth the wait. If the line cuts off, you might find me dead with 17 bullet shots to the back of my skull. Now if you're thinking, oh, you can't kill yourself via shooting yourself 17 times, just watch me, okay? Okay, so update, line moved ever so slightly. I'm almost there. No, I'm not. This is just the beginning. I'm actually gonna... Buddy, Josh just did?
No.
He was standing in line, right? The guy comes up. Are you with friends? He says no, and he just goes. He leaves me in the dust. There's one word searing through my mind. Betrayal! Alright guys, I am finally at the beginning of the line. I just need to make it into the promised land and all shall be good. So let's hope I don't die.
Yeah. It's been 49 years.
At least I have people with me, but if I get accepted into the line and they don't, I'm leaving them behind. So I can almost see the top of her head. Alright, look at this. Holy crap. But like, oh, that is the promised land. As long as I can make it in there, I'm free. I'm home free. Listen, this was the line for Nicole Oliver, the voice of Princess Celestia. It's empty. There's line for Goddess Shoichat, which is for Sunset. I don't know why she doesn't have a picture. Everyone else has a picture. Depends on if you're gonna let us all in or if you're gonna leave us behind. Because if so, I will totally sell out these guys. Sounds good.
The reason this was so high stakes is because I paid 40 USD for a photo and autograph combo, but there was still a chance I'd get turned around if the time was up, meaning that I would have just straight up wasted my money. But alas, I made it into the promised land, so all was right with the world. But anyways, when I actually got there, oh sweet Celestia, was it worth it. Okay, so I finally made it into the promised land. I can almost taste it.
Yay.
That is my Chinese factory worker that I found. So yeah. So close, I can literally almost taste it. I can feel the sweat of my anxiety from meeting the goddess, permeate over my body to produce an aura of just nervousness and neckbeard sweat. I can almost taste the dew and the humidity that shall soon surround me. That's disgusting. Why did I say that?
The thing is, while I was waiting in line, me and my quote-unquote Chinese factory worker were talking about how I'd probably say something so stupid that it would make Mrs. Shoichek quit her job on the spot. Which, yeah, that sounds like me, but then I remembered this interview with Tara Strong, who said she's been to a signing where some guy literally whipped out his out and started straight ***ing in front of her.
I had a kid off at my table once.
Okay.
He wanted me to read like a script of a character that he created. He said, can you read this? And I started to read it, and he put his hand down his pants, so that's when he was escorted off. Please do not do that at anyone's table. Thank you.
And I realized as long as I don't do that, I should be in the clear. Now, too bad I let my intrusive thoughts win, and I'm joking, okay.
We are inching closer by the minute. Okay, maybe not by the minute, by the hour, but I'm kind of nervous because I've been hyping myself for this for the longest time, but I'm scared that if I actually do go in front of her, I'll just like piss my pants and like sweat all over the place. Yeah. Oh my goodness, guys, that's her, that's her, that's her, that's her, that's her. Okay, so it is currently 4:39. The signing stops at 5. So therefore, anyone who's not in the promised land, they get roasted. They stood out for 3 hours for no reason. I feel so bad. Not. Wait. Guys, I'm so close. Oh my goodness. I'm literally next in line. I'm gonna lose it.
Anyways, now I don't have my actual interaction recorded for reasons that shall become apparent in a moment, but I sent my mental notes pulled from my superior memory to F- Laboratories, and I got this interaction reassembled, reconstructed digitally in video form. So I shall play that and dissect her back and forth afterwards. I might be getting some of the dialogue in the wrong order, but this is pretty much word for word how our interaction went. Am I allowed to record our interaction? No, unless you pay the points to thing showing $65 price tag. Yeah, I'll pass. Understandable, haha. I'm just very sunstruck to meet you. Haha, sunstruck. The songs My Past Is Not Today and Let It Rain really got me through some tough times. I know that role could have gone to literally anybody else, and it's just another job to you, but the fact that it ended up being you in particular made me want to thank you. I think it was, poetic justice? Sure. Then I got my item signed and this picture taken. I like your mini duckies. She was referring to how I was wearing these on my name tag. Thanks. I have a real one, but thought it would be too much of a hassle to carry around. Yeah, it usually is. People mostly only bring the covers. Haha, maybe next time. Only if it's clean. So, okay, first of all, the way she looked sitting at her table as it was my turn in line just felt so, I don't know, welcoming. Like, I don't know how to put it into words. It's like, just as I was waiting pretty much my, like, whole life to meet her, like, the way she looked, the way she was, like, smiling and, like, had a welcoming look on her face, and the way she was, like, leaning, like, toward her table. I don't know. It just, I can't put it into words. It was very welcoming. I felt... Okay. This is pathetic. Sorry, okay. Obviously, she had and still has no clue who I am, but I just wanted to point that out because she has that skill to look very heartfelt and welcoming, as opposed to just looking at her phone waiting for the next person to come up to her table. The whole thing just gives me butterflies in my stomach the more I think about it. Okay, this is F editing this video. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time articulating this. My point was, just as I was waiting my whole life to meet her, the way that she composed herself made it so that it looked like she was also waiting her whole life to meet me. And for just a brief moment, me gushing over Sunset felt validated. Now, I knew for a fact that my interaction with her would truly be an F- lore highlight moment, hence my question on if I could record it. But she pointed towards this cutout that listed $65 as the price for a video, which, I mean, I had it in my budget, but I didn't do because that seems like modern day prostitution on both sides of the matter. And I was thinking on the way home, actually, damn, if you wanted me to spend all that money on you, you could have just asked me to take you out for a meal after the con was over. No need to be so cryptic about it. Though, okay, like, even though it was only custom, that videos with her cost $65, there is something mentally damaging about, like, the first and one of the only things that you will ever personally hear from someone you put up, like, on a pedestal, being no. I mean, like, I was mentally mature enough to not take it personally at all and just, like, laugh it off, since, you go girl, get the bag, but I can see some more sensitive souls perhaps crumbling from that. I don't know, or maybe not, I don't know, I'm just putting that out there for discussion, I guess. But still, I was pretty much, like, shaking and acting like a 12-year-old girl, though when I told her that I was sunstruck, that was a secret reference to a love song I wrote for Sunset, like, 4 years ago that goes a little something like this.
You are so beautiful and magical. I wish I had a way to see you today. I'll work on a portal, cause you make me feel immortal. You make me feel so sunstruck. Too bad I'm out of luck.
Which I haven't released anywhere ever, so it wasn't really a reference since there was technically nothing to be referenced as far as the rest of the world outside my brain is concerned. But still, then essentially what I told her next was to just let her know that, like, even though it's not like she came up with the songs My Past Is Not Today or Let It Rain nor Sunset's Arc or literally whatever or any creative input into the actual story, and she probably just delivered the lines without thinking too much of it, it still got me through some stuff, and the fact that her soul was ultimately used rather than anybody else in the world makes me very grateful for her existence in particular. I don't think she understood what the heck I was even talking about. Either I did a horrible job trying to articulate my point, or Goddess Shoichet and I do not perceive things on a similar brainwave, since her attempt to finish my sentence with poetic justice makes literally zero sense whatsoever. I'm not sure if she knows what poetic justice means, since I don't see how that applies to the situation at all, or if I just did a horrible job trying to explain my metaphysical way of thinking, but still, she signed my Sunset Funko Pop, which is awesome. 2F-, My Past Is Not Today, XO Rebecca Shoichet, heart. I think the XO and the heart are my favorite parts of this whole thing. Then we got our photo taken, which I'm kind of hesitant to show the photo because I look awful in it. We'll get back to the rhetorical analysis of this photo in a bit, but for now, to be fair, I was standing there in sweat for 4 hours, so obviously my hair would be bad. But still, the memory associated with this is awesome, and I set it as my phone wallpaper and all that good stuff. So the final interaction we had was when Goddess told me that she liked my mini duckies, and like, of course, I had to bring up how I have, like, the real thing, which I had to tell her it would have probably been a hassle to just carry around everywhere, which she agreed to. But in retrospect, there are parts of me that tell me that I should have just sucked it up and brought her with me anyways, because, like, it would have been really funny. Now, I said I might bring it next time, and she replied with, only if it's clean. No comment. After that, I walked out of line and made a scene by being all, life complete! I have nothing left to live for! And rolling around on the ground, and that might have actually been some sinister foreshadowing.
Oh my goodness. This is like...
Oh. You did it! I was wondering if I could actually get a picture with you.
Oh yeah, sure.
But we'll get back to that. I did want to mention, not to disparage anyone or anything, but Goddess Shoichet's line was like 2 billion years long, but like next to her, it was the voice of Princess Celestia and Shining Armor, and Pip Petals from G5, I think. I haven't seen G5 yet, so I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention. But my point is, those other guys, their lines were like, I don't know, like an hour long. And that made me think, once again, not to disparage anyone, the Princess Celestia one, you would think that she would be a slightly more popular character than Sunset because she's been here since episode 1 of the show. I realized, like, the reason that everyone went to Goddess Shoichet's line and not hers is because Sunset has a very compelling, like, story arc that people can generally latch onto, like, personally, whereas Princess Celestia doesn't really have much of a character or personality, like, at all. Like, her entire character is in the show just to balance off Twilight's character, who in turn, Twilight doesn't even really have a character, she's just there to balance off her friends. So, I can see why no one went to her thing for a signing. Once again, I'm not trying to disparage anyone, I'm just saying what I observed because I think it is interesting, because it's saying, like, people do consciously or subconsciously pick up on, like, good character writing and not good character writing, and they attach to characters accordingly. I just thought that was kind of cool. And also, just as one last souvenir, like, on the ground, it showed in the videos how all the lines had, like, names of the people that are signing and a picture of their character, except for Sunset for some reason. But it turns out way back in the line, there was a piece of paper with Sunset on it, and basically there was this employee guy walking by, and I'm like, hey, can I take this piece of paper? And he responded in the most I hate my life and my job voice possible. I was all like, hey, can I take this? And he was all like, I'm not gonna stop you, and he just walked by. And you can see the aftermath of this right here. So over here, we have the official lineup for Goddess Shoichet's sign-up stuff. I'm taking this. You know what? Whatever. Sure. I am taking this. I am hanging this up on my wall. It's gonna be awesome. I got it. It's all mine. Let's go.
Oh my goodness.
But it's kind of funny because now I'm looking back on it. I'm not sure if this guy was even an employee or if I just asked some random guy, meaning that they still needed this after the whole thing was over. My bad. But anyways, back on the topic of sinister foreshadowing. Now, the thing is, if you look at testimonies of people who've made it to the top of Mount Everest, they're all depressed. Since if you make it to the top of Mount Everest, that means that you've literally spent years and years and years, or maybe even decades, building up the mental and physical agility to prepare climbing up one of the most dangerous mountains in existence. But once you actually make it to the top, snap a picture or two when you come all the way down, what more is there for you to look forward to? Like, you literally just achieved the objective peak, like, that you can get in your hobby. At least when you're climbing smaller mountains to prepare for Everest, you have Everest to look forward to. Hence why you keep training. But once you actually do it, there's not much to really look forward to anymore. And that's kind of where I am right now. It feels like I've literally achieved everything I wanted to do as a kid. I've gotten recognized multiple times at a PonyCon. I made some really cool friends. I met my girlfriend's voice actress. I got a picture with her, I got a signature with her, and I spoke to her briefly. What more is there left for me to do in life? Obviously, I'm not quitting the channel or anything, but this is something that I've been looking forward to for a whole decade, and now that I've actually achieved it, I'm not sure what's next. That's probably why I have this stupid look on my face. This isn't the face of triumph or smug or bliss or the face of a normal F- for that matter. This is the face of, oh shoot, I just beat the Ender Dragon, there's nothing left for me to do. Sure, I can try making a mansion or something, but the main objective is done. Everything on top is an unnecessary bonus. Still, this doesn't mean I'm not happy. I obviously am, as obviously people who reach the top of Mount Everest will feel incredibly accomplished. I'm just saying, I'm now more of a vagabond than I already was, and I'm just saying, don't be surprised if my future videos have a slightly different approach or feel or outlook to them. I'm not sure how exactly, I just don't think I'm the same person as I was before the con. Yeah. It's weird though, on that hand, I feel like I've achieved everything there is to achieve, and therefore I'm depressed because there's nothing new to look forward to. But on the flip side of that, it feels like because I've gone through a goal that took a decade to achieve, that I could have also only achieved it thanks to you guys, my psyche is elevated, which is like the complete opposite of a depression. It's like I'm feeling both at the same time. Because, okay, just yesterday, long story short, my external computer storage corrupted and it formatted itself. Long story. Now, luckily, that wasn't where all my projects and stuff were, and it's just where I stored all my movies and shows that I totally bought, plus where I archive stuff I need for future videos, but it's all stuff that I can always go back and download again, but I'm gonna have to spend a lot of time doing so, plus I'm gonna have to rename and organize everything again, so it honestly felt like I fell into lava in the nether, and the only thing left is my netherite armor. Not a good feeling by any stretch of the imagination. And also, I don't know what's with all these Minecraft references all of a sudden. I don't even play Minecraft. However, I say all this because I don't think this is coincidence. If this happened any other day, I think I might have Control F4'd out of life. Actually, not think. I would have. But because this happened after such a good day, I think I'll manage. I think this is the universe's way of telling me that now that I have climbed Everest, I can handle anything, since by that logic, everything will be easier in comparison. There's just been a lot of these coincidences that have been happening in such a short time. Like, for example, I've overheard some people say that they wouldn't have recognized me without the flower in my hat. But if you remember the reason I started wearing this thing in the first place, it was to hide a haircut that my mom forced me to get. And when she did force me to get it, it upset me quite a bit because I like having long hair. But now I see in retrospect that if she didn't make me, I wouldn't have even considered wearing something like this. So I'm glad it happened, you know? I genuinely think this flower and beanie add to my overall appearance in a really cool way. So I'm saying things that may seem negative in the moment actually have really good payoffs. That, and I got a new phone not even a month ago. My old one sucked, but my dad ended up finding a plan to get a new one with a considerably better camera. I'm not sure if that's really showing right now. I'm using my new phone to film, but well, I guess I'll see in editing. Which just means that I got a picture with Goddess Shoichet in higher quality than I would have if I didn't get this phone. And I bring all this up because the entire get a new phone arc was a really boring hassle, but I'm glad it happened. But like, my point is, even if things aren't looking up in the moment or things are looking like a hassle, it's all according to plan, and you just need to find out what this plan is eventually rather than just dwelling on the temporary setbacks. And that seems to be a good message to leave this video off with. I just feel unstoppable now, and I won't let temporary setbacks like this get me down. I promise you that this is just the beginning of our channel. I'm filled with so much fire and energy that I can't wait to get started on all these future projects I have planned. Also, if you want to get more involved with the channel, the guy I was waiting with in line set up an r/f-, where you guys are more than welcome to post about inaccurate toys, or random stuff you notice in the show, or fan art, or whatever, and I'll probably bring it up in future videos, so there's that. Thank you guys. I'm usually a pretty optimistic person, but this event and everything leading up to it and that came after just amplified that times a billion. Like I said, I'm just really grateful for you guys, and I shall do my best to pay you guys back by continuing to make enjoyable videos. I know this was quite different from my normal videos, since those are usually retrospectives where we take a look at stuff from the past, but I thought it was also kind of worth noting things down when they are happening in the present, just so that people in the future also have something to refer back to. Plus, I thought this was just way too important in F- lore to not catalog here. And if you enjoyed the style of this video where it's just me being me, check out F-2, where every video is basically like this. Also, a huge shout out to my patrons. You guys are amazing. And speaking of which, if you guys want a preview of my next main vid, pledge there and watch to your heart's content. I don't know, maybe this video is a little self-indulgent, but I also see you guys watching right now as an equal part of what I'm doing. This is our channel, and without you guys, this wouldn't exist. So when I say stuff like my ego grew, it really just means that I'm proud of us as a community. My ego in the channel grew, and you guys are a part of the channel. And like I said, we really just are starting. I have renewed energy and zest for everything, and I promise that we're just getting started with this channel. And until next time, this has been F- signing out.